Hello everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and start something here. So here we go. I got Roofsnap open. This is like the startup screen. I'm gonna do a quick one here. This was the address that a customer gave me. So what I do, I always like to throw it into Google first, so I can make sure the address is correct and that it actually exists. And then what I do is I copy it, jump into Roofsnap, go to add a new, create a project, and type the customer name here. You'll probably figure out your own best method, but this is how I do it. I just put the customer in here, and then like the customer's name. Good night. Hold on. Just getting that address going. And we're just hoping that this is kind of a far out house. It's not like in the city, so sometimes you're not given a lot of options for pictures. So you type it in, and then you're going to go straight to sketch, and this is where it's going to show you. So I always like to kind of put the X on where the house is and zoom in, and then you hit preview. It's going to give you whatever pictures are available. Yeah, see, this is horrible because normally I get like 7 or 8 pictures, but this is all I get. So I'm gonna have to work off of Google quite a bit to figure out, what's going on with this house. This is a horrible example, but you get this sometimes. So you're gonna spin the image, because you're going to want to get this thing locked in to as basically as straight of a picture as you can. So you take your red line, your red line there, and you're going to find something that has a straight line. And you're going to kind of do this, and I'm going to zoom in. What you're doing is you're locking in this image. See, this is just a horrible example. So let's go back to our image here. This is a better image. Just so you know, like when you know how to zoom in with your roller scroller thing, but then you can hold down on the control button and then click and move around, and it comes around. So we're hoping we can see, if you go into regular Google, you can see what I'm doing is I'm right clicking and I'm saying measure distance, and I can go to here. Sometimes you have to do this, and you can see that it's like 41 feet, okay, across the top, because I'm not going to be able to have an accurate picture to work with, because all I'm being given is like the standard image. And then you can kind of click down here, and I'm going to measure this, so that's going to be 16. I'm just kind of getting some little measurements here. So all right, let's see if we see. That's horrible. Dear Lord, just a horrible image. You see here, we can see this back area. I can see that. I can see this. I can see the edge here. Man, it's just a horrible image. So let's see here. Let's get some more measurements here. We're gonna see that's 22, and this darn thing comes out about 10 feet. 22, 10 feet, 22, 10, and 13. Huh. Alright, let's try our best on this one. This one's a bad example. So here's what you do. You're gonna, once you get this all spun and set, you're going to save the image because that's where you want it to be saved. And immediately you're going to go up here to draw. You're going to draw, and I'm going to start with the eaves. This is just a very poor example because it's all twisted and tweaked and everything else like that. So you know your eaves coming across here, and then they got like some kind of like an overhang thing going. So you know that the eave is, man, this is bad. You know that the eave is going to come at least a foot or two under the overhang. Okay, and then same thing on this side over here. It's going to come under a little bit. Then you know that there's this overhang. You can kind of see the eave starting and end over here. And you can kind of see, you see a little white right there, transition. So we're going to kind of see that right there. I'm going to see how far down I come. So I'm like around 21 feet. So you can right click on one and move it over. About 21, and I think the darn thing came out about. See, you're like, you're kind of creating something from nothing here. So I'm coming out about 10 feet, and then sometimes you have to do this. This is just horrible. This is just one of the worst examples here. So say, okay, so now I'm going to transition into my rakes. That's the measurement that kind of goes up at an angle. So I do 7. I do another 7 here. Then you can move around and go back to my eaves. Let's see. One thing that's good, you'll notice with Roofsnap, that when it hits a 90 degree, you want to be in 90 degree mode here. See, that's why we want to straighten our picture out to a straight line, because when you hit it to a 90 degree, it snaps. You know, so we did these. Okay, we can go back to these rakes. Okay, and then this is going to be a rake here. You can kind of see where it ends. You can kind of see where it ends right there. Okay, and then this where this ends, that's a pitch change. You know, because it's a different pitch. So you're going to have to indicate a pitch change, and then we can go back to our ridges. We have no idea if there's ridge vent there because you can't see it, and you know that this is that this comes into about right here, and there's a valley. And with Roofsnap, everything's got to connect. If you notice, these aren't connecting to anything, but you know what's happening here because you got a wall. You have your eave coming in underneath this overhang, and then this is gonna be a wall that comes here, and it goes up to here, and then it's gonna come over. You know, you just know that that's happening under there. Okay, so now we go to the pitch part. Okay, and so what we do here is you got to get creative, because this is like we like to call a flat image. I'm holding down on the control button, and I'm spinning it, and it stays flat. I can't do anything with it. So normally you can check pitch that way, but what we're going to do is we're going to get real tricky here. We're going to go back down to the road. We're going to kind of peek through the trees, and I can see that that's definitely. You can go online and you can get what they call a pitch slope thing. Let me see. Let's look it up here. Let's pitch. Let's go roof. roof pitch, kind of just roof pitch chart maybe. Let's just do roof pitch. Let's try that and then just go to images. Yeah, I already see it here. This is our favorite we like to use, you know, so just print this out. This is a real good one, okay? And so I can tell that this is a 6. You know, this one that we're working with is a 6. So, and if that's a 6 and then there's another one sitting here that's a different pitch, so that's probably a 5. So what I do is here I'm going to go to the facets area here and go to pitch. And if you click the plus sign next to the pitch, it puts that number on everything. So boom, we put 6 goes on everything. And then this one I want to change to 5. So I'm going to select the 5 and then click it and go to 5. And then you're just going to hit done. And this does all the work for you. It adds the waste and stuff like that to it. Okay, and then once you're here, you're going to want to go to your document, add new document, and this is kind of like the favorite one we like to use, that modern sketch, and you let it generate. And here it is. It's a 5-page document. And it's really handy, but this is the key one there. This is the one that we're looking at, all the measurements. So what you're going to do is suggested waste. You know, it kind of calculates that for you. So you get 19.5 square, and then here's your eaves, rakes, ridges, and hips. Okay, so let's go ahead and utilize this address, and let's jump into